Hello students, let's do fractions, exercise 7.4. Page number 95. Fill in the blanks with proper signs, lesser than, greater than or equal to. So we are going to learn to compare fractions. So when you have two fractions like this in question A, look carefully for the numerator and the denominator. As you can see, the denominators are the same. When the denominators are the same, we call them like fractions. And when they are like fractions, it's easy to see which is the greater one. Look for the numerator which is greater. So here the numerators are 11 and 9 and the greater numerator is 11. So the answer here is 11 by 14 is greater than 9 by 14. So when denominators are the same, the greater numerator makes that the greater fraction. Now question B, 15 by 55 and 3 by 11. Now here the denominators are different, the numerators also are different. When both are different, they are called, especially when the denominators are different, they are called unlike fractions. So when they are unlike fractions, we have to change them to like fractions. When they become like fractions, it's easy to say which is greater. So what we do is we take the denominators and find the LCM of the denominators. So 55 and 11, we find the LCM of the denominators. So let's take the prime number which can divide one of these numbers. Now if you take a 5 can divide 55. So let's do that. 5 11s are 55 and we bring down this 11. Now we continue our division. Now I'm going to take 11. 11 ones are 11. 11 ones are 11. So now my LCM will be 5 into 11, which is 55. So we're going to use this LCM as the common denominator. So I'm going to take both these fractions once again. 15 by 55 and I have 3 by 11. Now I'm going to take this LCM. Now the LCM is now going to become the common denominator for both. So this fraction will have 55 as the LCM. This fraction also will have 55 as the LCM, as the denominator, because we have taken the LCM of both these numbers. So this is going to be the common denominator. Now we are going to find the new numerators for both. So look at the first fraction. The denominator is 55. 55 into what will give us 55? Into 1, isn't it? Because the denominator has become this denominator and it's the same. So if I multiply by 1 here, here also I have to multiply by 1. So 15 into 1 is 15. So I can write that. So this is my new fraction, 15 by 55. Now I'm going to go to the second one. Now here 11 has now become 55. 11 into what will give me 55? 11 times 5. So 11 fives are 55. So I multiply the numerator also by the same number 5. So here 3 by 5, 3 fives are 15. So now can you see both the fractions are the same. Both have same numerators and same denominators. That means these are equal to each other. So these two fractions, 15 by 55 and 3 by 11, are equal. Though the numerators and denominators are different, they have the same value. So question B, they're equal to each other. Question C. 5 by 9 and 5 by 12 we have to compare. Now since the denominators are different, they're unlike fractions. But let's look at the numerators. Numerators are both 5, they are the same. So when numerators are the same, look for the smaller denominator. 9 is smaller, isn't it? That will make it the greater fraction. So 5 by 9 is greater. So remember, when numerators are the same, the smaller denominator makes it the greater fraction. Question D. 12 by 35 and 10 by 15. Let's write down the question. 12 by 35 and 10 by 15. As you can see, denominators are different, numerators are different. So these are unlike fractions. To make them like fractions, we have to find the LCM of the denominators. So let's take 35 and 15 and find the LCM. So we're going to use a prime number that can divide one of these or both. I'm going to take 5. 5 can divide both. 5 sevens are 35 and 5 threes are 15. Now I have 7 and 3. I need to continue my division. Use a prime number which can divide one of these. Let me use 3. 7 cannot be divided by 3, so I bring down 7 as it is. Now 3 ones are 3. So that is over. Now I can go on to 7. I can use 7 here. 7 ones are 7 and 1. So now both are 1. We can stop our division. Now let's find the LCM by multiplying all the divisors 5 into 3 into 7. 5 threes are 15. 15 into 7 is 105. So 105 is the LCM which is going to become the common denominator for both these fractions. We have done that so that they become like fractions. So here it is 105, here also it is 105. Now let's look at this. 12 by 35. Now 35 has become 105. So 35 into what? So you have to multiply and see. When you multiply, you will see that 35 times 3. When you multiply 3 times, it becomes 105. That means I need to multiply 12 also by 3. 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24, 12 threes are 36. So now this is my new fraction. This has become this 36 by 105. Now let's go to the next one. 15. 10 by 15 and 15 has become 105. That is, you have to know the tables of 15 and see 15 times what will give you 105. 15 into 7. 15 into 7 will give you 105. So you multiply this also by 7. 10 sevens are 70. Now we have two like fractions. We can easily find out which is greater by looking at the numerators. So this numerator is 36, this is 70 and 70 is greater. So this 70 by 105 is greater. So let's go back to the question. 12 by 35 became 36 by 105. 10 by 15 became 70 by 105. So if this is greater, that means this fraction is the greater one. So let's draw the symbol there. So that is our answer. Question E. 31 by 45 and here also 31 by 45. So that means they are equal to each other. Question F. 16 by 48 and 15 by 45. Now numerators are also different, denominators are different. Now we can find the LCM of the denominators. Now there is another way that we can do it. Since this fraction can be reduced to the lowest term, let's reduce this to the lowest term and see what we get. So let's write down 16 by 48. Let's reduce it to the lowest term. We can divide it by the HCF of the two numbers, or you can think of any number that can divide it. Let's divide it by 2 since both are even numbers. So here 2 8s are 16 and when you divide 48 by 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8. You get 8 by 24. Now I can divide this still further, isn't it? So this time let me take 4 and see. Let me divide both by 4 because both are in the tables of 4. So what do I get? 4 2s are 8 and 4 6s are 24. Now look at this. 2 by 6. This also can be reduced. Both these can be reduced by 2. So let me reduce both by 2 by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 2. So what do I get? 2 1s are 2 and 2 3s are 6. So this fraction, that is 16 by 48, has now become 1 by 3. So let me write that here, 1 by 3. Now let's take the next fraction, 15 by 45. That also can be reduced. So 15 by 45. Now both are in the tables of 5. So let's use 5 and divide it. So let's divide both by 5. So what do we get? 5 3s are 15 and 5 9s are 45. Now the fraction 3 by 9 can still be reduced. Both are in the tables of 3. So let me use 3. So 3, divide this by 3 and divide this by 3. So what do we get? 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9. So here also we've got 1 by 3. Here also we got 1 by 3. So here, let me write it here. 15 by 45 has now become 1 by 3. Now look at both the fractions, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. That means they are equal. What does that tell us? that 16 by 48 and 15 by 45 are equal. So let's write equal. So that is our answer. Question 2. Here we have sets of fractions that have to be arranged in ascending order. Now we follow the same rule. We follow the same rule by looking at the denominators first to see if they are like fractions. So here, as you can see, they're all like fractions because denominators are the same. That means we just have to look at the numerators. Ascending order means put them from small to big. Now which is the smallest numerator? 5. That means 5 will come first. Then the next one is 6 and the next one is 8. So let's write down the fractions in the same order that we have written. So the answer here is 5 by 12 is lesser than 6 by 12 is lesser than 8 by 12. So we've got our answer. Let's go to the next one. B. Now here, as you can see clearly, all the numerators are the same. Remember what I said? If the numerators are the same, the smallest denominator cannot be taken for ascending order. The smallest denominator becomes the biggest fraction. So here the biggest denominator becomes the smallest fraction. So which is the biggest denominator? 5. That means this should come first. Then the next biggest is 4. That should come second. Then we have 3 and then we have 2. So that should come fourth. So let's write down in this order. So what do we have? 1 by 5 is less than 1 by 4. That is less than 1 by 3, which is less than 1 by 2. So we've got the answer for this. Next one, let's go to question C. Here, as you can see, the denominators are the same. When the denominators are the same, it's easy. The smallest numerator is the smallest fraction. So the smallest one here is 1. So that comes first. Then 3. Then we have 4. So that comes third. And we have 6 which comes fourth. So let's put it in that order. So 1 by 5 is smaller than 3 by 5 is smaller than 4 by 5 and that is smaller than 6 by 5. Question D. 3 by 5, 5 by 20 and 2 by 10. Denominators are different, numerators also are different. Since these are unlike fractions, we're going to change them to like fractions. So let's write down the question first. So the question is 3 by 5, then we have 5 by 20 and we have 2 by 10. Let's take all the denominators 5, 20 and 10. They're all different. We're going to make it the same by finding the LCM. Now they're all divisible by 5. So let's use 5. 5 ones are 5. 5 fours are 20. 5 twos are 10. Now you can't use 5 anymore. We can use 2. Bring down 1 as it is. 2 twos are 4. 2 ones are 2. Continue with 2. So 1, 2 ones are 2 and 1. So they're all 1 now. You can stop dividing. So what is our LCM? Multiply all the divisors. So 5 into 2 into 2. So what do we have? 5 twos are 10. 10 twos are 20. So the LCM is 20. That means this is our new denominator. So let's write that. So all this is going to become 20. All this is going to have the denominator 20. All three fractions. Now look at the first fraction. 5 has become 20. That means 5 into what? 5 into 4 is 20. Now multiply this also by 4. 3 fours are 12. So we have 12 by 20, our first fraction. Go to the second one. 20 is the denominator. Here also it's 20. That means 20 times 1. 20 into 1 is 20. So multiply 5 also by 1. 5 ones are 5. Go to the next one. Here we have 10. 10 has become 20. 10 twos are 20. So multiply this also by 2. 2 twos are 4. So now can you see we have three fractions. They're all like fractions because denominators are the same. So here now we can look at the numerators and look for the smallest numerator. That is 4 by 20. So this fraction should come first. 5 by 20 should come second. 12 by 20 should come third. Now 4 by 20 is this fraction, isn't it? So this should be written first. Then 5 by 20 is the same fraction, 5 by 20. So that comes second. Then we have 12 by 20, which is 3 by 5. That comes third. So let's write our answer. So in our final answer, we should write what is given to us in the question. So let's write that 2 by 10 is smaller than 5 by 20. It's smaller than 3 by 5. So this is our answer. Question E. 2 by 5, 2 by 10, 6 by 20. They're all unlike fractions. So once again, let's find the LCM of these numbers. That is the denominators. So 5, 10 and 20. So let's use 5. 5 ones are 5. 5 twos are 10. 5 fours are 20. Now let's continue. And this time we're going to use 2. Bring down 1. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. We can continue to use 2. So let's use 2, 1, 1 and 2 ones are 2. We are finished. Now let's find the LCM by multiplying the divisors. 5 into 2 into 2. So 5 twos are 10, 10 twos are 20. 20 is the LCM which we're going to use as the common denominator. So first let's write down the question. 2 by 5, 2 by 10 and 6 by 20. Now they're all unlike fractions. We have found the LCM. So they're all going to become like fractions. So we're going to use LCM as the denominator. So this is 20. This is also 20. This is also 20. Now let's look at the fractions. 2 by 5. 5 has become 20. So that means we have to multiply 5. 4s are 20. So multiply this also by 4. 2 4s are 8. Go to the next fraction. 2 by 10. 10 has become 20. 10 into what is 20? 10 twos are 20. So let's multiply this also by 2. 2 twos are 4. Let's go to the third fraction, 6 by 20. 20 and 20 are the same. That means 20 into 1 will give us 20. Multiply this also by 1. 6 ones are 6. Now can you see we have 3 like fractions. All the denominators are the same. Now let's arrange in ascending order. Look for the smallest numerator. 4 is the smallest, so that will come first. Then 6 will come second. And 8 will come third. Okay, so now we have to get back to the question here. Now 4 by 20 is the fraction in the middle, that is 2 by 10. So that should come first. That means this is the first one. Now let's look at this. Here 6 by 20 will come second. 6 by 20 is this fraction, 6 by 20 itself. So that will come second. Then we have 8 by 20 which is third. So that will come third. So this is the third one. So now let's write our final answer. Going back to the question, we have to write that as our answer. So the first one is 2 by 10. Let's write that here. So 2 by 10 is smaller than the second one, which is 6 by 20. And that is smaller than the third one, which is 2 by 5. So this is our answer. Question F. 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 5 by 8. Denominators are all different. That means we have to change them to like fractions by finding the LCM of the denominators. So first let's write down the fraction. 1 by 2 is the first one. 3 by 4 and 5 by 8. Now let's find the LCM of the denominators 2, 4 and 8. Now all these, as you can see, are divisible by the prime number 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 fours are 8. I can continue this division again by 2 itself. 1, 2 ones are 2 and 2 twos are 4. I still have to divide because there's one more 2 left, so I'm going to divide it again by 2. 1, 1 and 1. Now they're all 1. I can stop dividing. So what is my LCM? My LCM is 2 into 2 into 2. So let's multiply. 2 twos are 4, 4 twos are 8. So the LCM is 8. Now I'm going to use this as the common denominator. So let's get back to the question here. So all these fractions are now going to have the denominator 8. So let's look at the first one, 1 by 2. 2 has become 8. That means 2 fours are 8. I multiplied this also by 4. So 1 fours are 4. Let's go to the second fraction, 3 by 4. The denominator 4 has now become 8. That is 4 twos are 8, 3 twos are 6. So we have 6 here. Let's go to the last one. Here we have 8 and 8 here. That means it's the same. 8 ones are 8, 5 ones are 5. So let's write 5. Okay, so now can you see they've all become like fractions, and the numerators, we can look at that and decide which is the smallest. The smallest is 4 by 8. So this should come first. Then we have 5 by 8 and then we have 6 by 8. Now let's go back to the question to get our answer. So this is the first one and that is 1 by 2. So let's write our answer here. Our answer will be 1 by 2 is the smallest fraction, and then the second one is 5 by 8, which is 5 by 8 itself. So let's write that 5 by 8, and this is smaller than 6 by 8, which is 3 by 4. So let's write that 3 by 4. So we've got our fractions in ascending order. We will stop with this for now, children. In our next video, we will continue with the remaining questions. Thank you, children.